Juliann. I'm a stylist, creative director, and now I'm doing the show.
The things that have happened in like the last 3 years have definitely made my friend group more angry, and we try to give each other perspective. You can be angry and empathetic. Hi, my name's Gabby. I'm a model, artist, and curator for Art Ho Collective, a queer, POC-centered collective where we try to showcase the work of people who have been traditionally denied their stories, aka people of color, specifically queer people of color.
You guys have been operating for a long time now. Do you feel like giving representation to POC and queer POC within creative sectors, do you think that helps general oppression of people of color?
I think it helps people share their voices. One of the best things we can do when we feel like this sense of hopelessness is focus on our immediate community.
Black oppression or oppression of people of color, it's really tricky to talk about that without talking about police brutality and mass incarceration. So what are your thoughts on the rule of law in America and how that affects people of color?
There are so many policies that are so vague that can easily be abused, and that in part with voter suppression, where if you go to jail, or not if you go to jail, if you go to prison, you can lose your right to vote.
Yeah.
This country has used prison to suppress the Black community under the guise of judgment. And not under the guise of judgment, under the guise of justice.
Yeah, absolutely. But I feel like a lot of people believe that. Like they believe that it's justice. They believe that everybody who is in jail has committed a crime, and they don't realize that, I can't remember the percentage right now, but so many people who are in jail haven't even been convicted of a crime. Their lawyers will say, well, you should just plead guilty because if you go to prison or if you go to court, you could actually get sentenced for longer.
Yeah.
If you take a plea deal, it'll be shorter. There's so many people in prison who haven't even been convicted, and they're just like sitting out their sentence when realistically they may not even have done it. Online, I think it's mostly I see it online, is a lot of rhetoric about like, oh, like this group's more oppressed than this group, or like don't compare your struggle with my struggle, like Oppression Olympics type stuff. And I just wanted to get your view on that.
It reminds me a lot of like when women tried to vote and Black men tried to vote. The Black men and the white women who were both like looking for suffrage, often their campaigns pitted them against one another. Like the men would say super misogynistic things and the women would say super racist things. But what about Black women? There are people who coincide with both of your struggles, first of all. Second of all, like this person is not the reason why you're not gonna be able to vote. It's the people above the both of you. Poor white people think oftentimes that it is minorities that are keeping them poor, when it's really, you know, the rich people, like the billionaires that are keeping them poor.
The power structure that's already in place.
Yeah, we are both suffering, and we're both suffering because of the same person.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, and at the end of the day, like this is the richest country in the world. There's so much money here that just the issue with it is that it's being hoarded by certain people, by the 1%.
Donald Trump just put $2 trillion into the military. $2 trillion is like not even, I feel like, a real amount of money. It's just like conceptual money at that point.
Why is there no discussion of how are we going to pay for this $2 trillion? Because whenever we discuss things for the people, everyone's talking about how we're going to pay for it. That's not realistic.
Yeah.
So why is it realistic for war? Or why do you think in this country?
Because the U.S. is a country of conquest. The U.S. cares about expansion, not maintenance.
Right.
People are worried about their own survival, and that's it.
Yeah, I think.
And also, war is a big moneymaker.
I was just going to say, like the military-industrial complex is going to profit.
It's about
for
money.
Sure. It's all about money.
Most things are about money.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the people that it's going to affect is poor people.
Yes, 100%. I do think there will be a lot more people trying to recruit and enlist people in impoverished neighborhoods throughout the U.S.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear about a rich man's son dying in war, because who are the people that they are targeting to enlist? Who are the people that they find are most disposable?
Are you voting? Are you going to vote in the Democratic primary?
I'm definitely voting. You think I'm going to be out here not voting? I encourage everyone to research, figure out what each person believes in and what their policies are, because I definitely think in the time of social media, a lot of people just vote for who they think is cool, and who they think is cool is voting for. People who are pushing for a Green New Deal, who are pushing for prison reform, who's pushing to decrease funding in the military, because those are things I personally believe in, but I do also encourage people to vote for people who are not taking large donations of money from corporations, and those are things I believe in, but I do still encourage everyone to do their own research.